Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Retro Gaming with Hopper. I got a cool pinball video for you today. Next project is going to be this Funhouse 1966 Williams electromechanical. I have the glass off of it so I can show you the playing field and everything. Now the cabinet on this, it's got some peeling. It's kind of flaking, but overall, it's not in that bad a condition. Playing field's in good condition, just dirty as heck. Back glass is in really good condition. We only have a little bit of checking up in here in the full house. Mostly everything works on this. The only thing that's not working is the right flipper, as far as I know. I've been kind of messing around with it, but that's all I can find so far. It needs a coil, so we'll get the coil ordered. And it definitely needs cleaned. Clean. You can see I'm missing the coin mechs. So if anybody out there knows where I can get a coin mech for this, I sure would appreciate it. I'd like to get everything back on it and working like it should. As you can see, this is the second one or two I've seen that right around the start button, it's the same way, always chewed up. I don't know if I'm going to touch up the cabinet or not. I think we're just going to leave this cabinet alone and clean it up and make it a good usable machine. And as you can see, this playing field is filthy. That's dirt. Yeah, that works. That's just from rubbing my finger over the playing field. And the cards work. Let me zoom that out. Sorry about that. You don't need to look at it that close. Plastic. We got top plastics are nice. The centerpiece here, we got two corners broken off of this, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to find the plastics for this or not. Got a big chunk out of it here by the left flipper. And they're warped as heck, that's for sure. In fact, this one target hits the plastic. So if I can't find any plastics, I'm gonna have to do my little heat gun trick and see if I can't straighten some of these plastics out. We'll get new bumper tops for it. I'll rebuild the bumpers, rebuild the flippers. Instead of just putting one solenoid on the right side, I'll do them both. And I have a couple coils down inside to fix. One's humming pretty bad. I got a stick in it right now, a emery board, so it's not humming all the time, so you can actually see what's going on. You can see the outside of the head unit's pretty nice. And a ton of light bulbs, that's for sure. And I don't know how good you're going to be able to see this, but look how filthy those rotors are. I mean, this thing sat and sat and sat. It really surprised me that it actually fired up and is working as much as it is. Now clean the step units. This one's the ball counter. And this one's our 10-point. And our game. And I'll clean all the contacts in it and get everything working. But overall, it's a decent little machine. We're going to have some fun redoing this one. And again, it's not going to be perfect. I'm just making them so we can play them. and somebody else can enjoy them. A little on the playing field, there's a little bit of paint missing right around the flippers. Flippers are rubbing, and I may touch them up. I mean, that's got a pretty deep groove in the playing field, so I may replace those flippers. I'm not sure. I'm not real thrilled with them. They're kind of plastic chromed and they're kind of nasty looking. I mean, I can make them look decent by painting in the flippers and back in red. And there's a little bit of paint here and there missing. We'll see once I get it all cleaned up how much of the paint I remove when I'm scrubbing this thing down, because this thing is going to definitely need a lot of help. New rubber kit. It'll get a new rubber kit, of course. Like I said, these are warped. We'll get new tops, rebuild them, make it a decent little machine for somebody to play. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to clean the playing field. I'll get you set up on the tripod and I will start stripping down the playing field. Alright, now with the playfield tore down, you can see how filthy this thing really is. Now what I'll do first is I'll vacuum this. All the dirt that will come up with the vacuum, I'll get it all vacuumed off, and then I'll have to wipe this down. I really hate to put any water or anything on this, but I'm going to have to do something to get a lot of this dirt up first. I think I'll use probably some mean green, and then we'll attack it with the magic eraser and some alcohol and get her cleaned up. I'm just going to wipe down a little bit of this area, and then I'll come back and show you after I vacuum it, and then I'll wipe down this little area with some cleaner, and then I'll show you what it's going to be. As you can see, this is the color that the machine used to be, as a kind of a pink, and now we're down to a purple with age. The cream color, yeah, there it is, kind of stayed a cream or an orange, whatever color you want to call it. But we'll get this guy cleaned up and see what the playing field really looks like. Alright, I wiped it all down. As you can see, got her cleaned up pretty good, and I started with the magic eraser, and it's coming pretty clean. It's kind of hard, but you can see the difference between here and here. And all along that whole line is where I stopped, just so I could show you what's going on. I'm not losing too much paint, a little bit here and there, just some flakes. Nothing big though. Still gonna have to, I'll work around the flippers here. That's actually from the flipper gouging into the playing field. So the bushings are wore out, and I'll get new bushings for the flippers, get that fixed. And got everything all tore down. Pop bumpers are off. I'll get that all cleaned up, took the top skirt off. Lots of light bulbs. So I just wanted to show you what's going on. I'll finish cleaning this whole playing field, and then I'll come back and show you what the playing field looks like after I get her all cleaned up. See, these reels are going to have to be cleaned, but we'll get her all cleaned up. Alright, I got it all cleaned up. Put the light bulbs in it so we can illuminate it a little bit so we can see what the hell is going on. As you can see, it's cleaned up really nice. Now all I did was I just cleaned it. I haven't waxed it or anything yet because I still want to touch up the play field. I'm not going to do anything with the wax until I touch up the play field and clean my reels. But she came out really nice. I got most of the dirt from the bumpers, but not completely. That's pretty ground in and deep. I didn't want to go too deep or I'll end up removing too much paint. There was one spot, see, I was really working heavy on this one, and as you can see, I started removing some of the paint along in there, and I don't want to do that. But she's cleaned up really nice. Next, I think I'll start touching the play field up. I want to get this top here all done, along with get these reels cleaned up. I'm going to get that all done first before I start working on cleaning contacts and all that. Because cleaning those contacts on this machine is going to take me quite a while. But at least this way I can get something put up so everybody can see what the hell I'm doing. So I think next I'm going to go ahead and touch these spots up. There's only a couple of spots I just have some green to do, and a little bit of black. There's a little bit of this cream, or whatever color you want to call it. Just right around the flippers. Now if I do any blue, I'll go ahead and touch up a couple of these little nicks that's on her legs. The purple, I don't know if I'm going to do much with the purple. There's very little that needs to be done. If I can match it up nice, I will. But up top I have nothing to touch up here. Maybe a little blue around this one post. I'll start doing some blue, then I'll go ahead and touch up her legs. But that's where we're at. We'll come back when I'm doing some touch up. Okay, got my green touched up. Not real happy with the color. I may have to do a little bit more mixing to see if I can get that a little closer and coat that again. This peach, or whatever the hell you want to call it, I'm having a heck of a time with that, trying to mix up something that's going to be close to that. Got most of my black, I got all my black touched up. That was the easiest. I did that first. And let's see, I polished up and repainted my flippers. So those are going to really look sweet. Yeah, I got a bunch of parts ordered for it. Got the rubber kit and all that. Looking at some plastics for it. I don't know if I'm going to actually put new plastics on it or not. That's kind of pricey for what they want for the new plastics for this machine. But in the condition of the Playfield, I may go ahead and do it. We'll see. But yeah, that's what's going on. I think I'm gonna cut this off here, and because it's time to go home, and then tomorrow I'm gonna start doing some more cleaning and see if I can't maybe mix up some blue and do a little touch up on my blue here and there. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the like. And part 2 will be coming up shortly, which for you, it won't be very long.